Hey everyone, welcome to a new video, welcome to my channel. My name is Mike and today I have a full face of Kiko for you. And today I'm not going to be very chatty, you can't really hear it very well anymore, but if I'm looking a little tired and that's because exactly how I feel. I came down with a cold the other week and it's still not gone, and I thought I could film videos and then I couldn't, and I kind of lost my voice as well, and the more I talk, the more I cough. There we go. So that's why today, if I'm a little like low on energy, then I hope you understand, but I did want to film this video for you and get it out there. So today we are talking all things Kiko Milano. So in case you're unfamiliar with Kiko Milano, they are an Italian-based drugstore-ish kind of brand, but they do have their own stores very often. They're also available online, and I happen to live in a city that has a Kiko store. So that's why I have a few of their products. I don't have a full face, but the products I do have are ones I really enjoy. And not everything, I have to say. There are a couple of misses for me for sure, but that may have been just me. So yeah, I have, I don't have primers or brow stuff, no setting spray, no mascara, things like that, but I do have like foundation and concealer and like blush, bronzer, highlight, all that jazz I do have. So today we are going to get started. I am not really, I'll list all of the products down below so that you know what they are that I'm using, but I'm going to speed you through the parts that are in Kiko. So let's go. So I've primed my face, and that means we can get into foundation, and I picked up this. This is a new product to me. This will be the first time I'm trying this on my face, so I'm super excited. This is the Instamoisture foundation with an SPF of 25, and this is in the lightest shade, which is R1R, and it's a pink tone foundation. Because of my cold, my skin is super sensitive, by the way. So like the minute I touch my face, everything is red. But yeah, this is a perfecting fluid foundation for all day hydration. It seems to have a medium kind of coverage, but it can be sheared out to make it more like lightweight. I picked this one out because it felt very pleasant on the skin. And I've never tried a Kiko foundation before. So this will be my first time trying that. It has a really nice pump. Like, Kiko does really good packaging, you guys. They're really good on that. Oh wait, it even twists. So no spillage. Oh, now I can't get the product to come out. I'm having issues with foundation pumps, it seems, these days. There we go. So you can kind of twist it to lock it into place if you want like half a pump or a full pump or anything like that. So it's nice and secure when you put it in your handbag. And this is what the foundation looks like. It's very runny, so I can't tilt my hand too much. And I hope this is the right shade for me. Fingers crossed. Okay, so with a sponge, I don't think this looks like a medium coverage foundation. This is definitely more lightweight. It looks very skin-like, which makes me really happy because that's what I like in a foundation. It doesn't feel super tacky or anything. Let me see what it feels like once I've applied concealer. But it looks nice. It gives me the kind of coverage that I want, like all of that redness around my mouth. Is now gone. It blends into my neck really nicely too. So this is indeed the shade I had to have. It does seem to, well, oxidize, not really, but I felt that when you put it full on, it looks very light, and then when you shear it out with a sponge, it definitely sort of, it doesn't color adjust. I never believe in those kind of things, but it does sort of make your, like, sort of does play with your skin very nicely because it does have your natural skin coming through. And then we're moving on to concealer, and they didn't really have much in terms of concealers that I was interested in. This is their Skin Tone Concealer. It only comes with 3.5 grams of product, or milliliters I should say. This is in the lightest skin tone shade. This is 02. 01 was a green corrector kind of shade. So we're playing with this because the next one up was definitely too dark. And this was very affordable. I think this was like $3.99 or $4.99 or something like that. Like the foundation was 15 euros, but this concealer was actually pretty good. And I do find that Kiko has a lot of sales on. I tried to see if I could pick up some of the products that were on sale this time round, but unfortunately they didn't have anything. They had a buy two, get two for free deal on everything. Oh, do you see that? The applicator rolls. Oh, I didn't know that. So if you, I was like, what do I feel? You can like use it like a little paint roller. That's strange. That's probably going to break down very quickly. Oh well. But as I was saying, they had a 2 for 2 deal. Buy two, get two free. But there was nothing on those tables that really sparked my interest. And I was like, yeah, I can buy another blush by them. But I already have a blush. And they had a bronzer that was really nice, but it was twice as expensive as the bronzer that I now got. So like in the end, it worked out to being like a similar kind of price point if I got the products from the regular line that currently weren't on sale and the products that were on sale. So I was like, not really sure this concealer is blending all that well. And this was like the most lightweight one they had. Like everything was so full coverage and matte, and it's just not my thing. I think it's looking okay. I think the shade is okay for me too. It's not too stark, but it's definitely light enough. Foundation feels nice. Like if I feel like the parts of my face where I didn't apply foundation, concealer, then it doesn't feel tacky. It feels just like skin almost, really. And also this concealer, it does go on pretty well, but I do feel that in real life I can sort of see where I first applied it. So it's not the best for blending out. It's a bit thicker perhaps. Could also just be that I have a bit of dry skin. Who else gets that when they feel under the weather, all of a sudden your skin gets drier and there's a lot more texture going on? I always have that issue. But yeah, those products are pretty well done. I'm going to quickly set my face and I'll be right back. Face is set, brows are done. Let's move on to bronzer. This is another new product to me. This packaging is always very shiny, so let me see if I can clean it. So this is the bronzer packaging, and you'll see very similar packaging in a minute because this is their Fusion line, and they have a couple of products in this range. They also had a face powder, but I bought so many face powders for my full face of series this year that I now have just too many. So I can't deal with another powder in my life. But I did really want to try one of their bronzers. And I did see and like look into Kiko bronzers a lot. And very often they do very nice shimmery ones in their limited edition collections. They look lovely, but they're also a little bit too warm for my pale skin. So that's why I decided to go with this. This comes in a shade that I think is going to be light enough for me. This is the The Flawless Fusion Bronzing Powder in the shade 01. Now, I don't know what this shade is called because I would have to go online to find it, but do you see how nice and light that is? It very much reminds me of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer that I just recently picked up, but this is perhaps a little bit more orangey. It's not as yellow toned as that. Oh, that looks like a really nice shade for me actually right now here. The reason why I'm swatching this one for you is because this product in the Kiko stores, if you've ever been in one, they have really pretty lighting that makes everything look super duper sparkly, but I feel I never get a good enough sense of the products itself unless I get them home and I look at it under natural lighting. Remember, there's a reason why I don't film with studio lighting, because I feel it makes everything look off. I don't live my life under studio lighting. I don't think you do either. So this bronzer now in real life looks better than it did in the oversaturated lighting within Kiko. Then it looked a lot more orange toned. So let me see how this goes. Okay, so I think this bronzer gives me just enough. I'm pretty fair right now because we're nearing to that winter time period where I just get snow white pale. And then I think this Flawless Fusion bronzer can be really nice. I believe this came in 8 different shades as well. So they go from super duper light to quite deep as well. And the reason why I wanted to try this bronzer so much is because there are 2 Fusion products that have been long-standing top 5 favorite products in both my blush collection as well as my highlighter collection. So I'm going to apply the highlighter first. This is the Glow Fusion Powder Highlighter, also in the shade 01. This used to come in more shades, I believe. But this is a really nice, very subtle everyday highlighter. If you're someone who likes wearing makeup to work, but you can't look too makeup-y, like don't go for an Ofra super blinding highlight, but you want something more subtle, then these are really, really well done. And well, you can see mine, it came with a little indent, like the bronzer, it had a little embossing. Mine is completely gone. This has a dent in it. Again, I can swatch this for you. So it's right here. And do you see how it just has a hint of sheen. So as you can see, a nice bit of glow, but not too much. Nothing too crazy or in your face. And the same way I feel about their Shade Fusion Trio Blush in 05 Marsala. This I know the shade name of because I've looked it up online. These trio blushes have sadly been discontinued. Sorry, but they do still do a shade 05 in this kind of packaging that looks very much like this darker shade. So if you want to get the vibes of this, Kiko still does this kind of product. It's also still the same number, and also with this blush, you can still see the embossing with this one. This is currently in my Shop My Stash. This is one of my top 5 favorite blushes, and it's super affordable. You just see how that makes for such a pretty cheek look. Yeah, I'm so happy I now own the bronzer from this line and that it works for me. Because these are really, really nice powders. So these powders I think are really, really nice. If you're looking for like more drugstore affordable alternatives to things that Hourglass might do, like these products remind me of the textures you get in Hourglass powders. Just saying, just saying. And those are some of my favorites. Right, I'm going to be double priming my lids and then I'll be right back. Right, so I've double primed my lids and we're going to go into eyeshadow. But before we talk eyeshadow palettes, because I've got some fun things here, I want to rave about one of my favorite things that Kiko does. And I'm not sure how many of these they still do. I've definitely decluttered some of these over the years because there were shades I just wasn't wearing. But their eyeshadow like their eye pencils and their eyeshadow sticks. These are amazing. Like, think Laura Mercier Caviar Stick. Amazing. And mine are a little bit old, but I'm gonna try and see if I can like use some of these. The shades don't really go with the eyeshadow that I have, so I'll think I'll just swatch a few for you, or maybe I'll just swatch all 6 of them, because I've got like a rosy taupe, this periwinkle shade, a navy, like a tealy, turquoisey kind of shade. I've got a bronzy brown and then a charcoal gray. And then in the eyeliners, which I picked up quite recently, but I'm not much of an eyeliner kind of girl, but I've got a purple, I've got a teal, a brown, and a green. If you're looking for affordable eye pencils or eyeshadow sticks that don't break the bank and that go on sale often, Kiko. Like, these are amazing. So let me swatch these eyeshadow sticks for you first. So these are all of the eyeshadow sticks swatched out for you. So that's the bronzy shade, which is 4, the gray tone 19, and then we have the turquoisey shade, which is 11. We have navy, which is number 17, Number 31 is this periwinkle shade, and then we have 38, which is like a rosy taupey kind of shade. Very pretty, and maybe I can use that rosy taupe one in my look today. I think we'll go for that. But these are really nice, still very creamy, even though these are old and probably expired. These still work really well, so I'm very happy. And I like layering these either under shadows to create more of a smoky eye. That's why I have the charcoal and the navy. But this periwinkle shade is very close to some of the very bright blues in some older Urban Decay palettes that I have that aren't the best, like in terms of pigmentation. And then I layer this guy on underneath it, and because the shade is the same, the shadow looks much better too. So I like using these kind of products like that. And then for these pencils, so I now only realize, now that I'm swatching these eye pencils, is that they have the same numbers. So the brown I have is shade 4. The teal I have is shade 11, just like in the eyeshadow sticks. Clever, Kiko. And then the green, which is a forest green, is 09. And then I have a purple, which is number 13. So those are all of those products. I'm not sure yet whether I want to use any of these eyeliners. Maybe I'll use the purple one. Because as you'll see, we're going to talk about eyeshadow next. And I don't have that much Kiko eyeshadow. I just don't. It's not my favorite product by them. They do nice eyeshadow. I used to own quite a few of those water weight eyeshadows that they did, which were like transforming depending on whether you water activated them or not, but they were too much of a faff to use. So what I've hung on to over the years is this little quad. This is on its way out though. This is the Color Fever quad in 101. I don't think they still do these. But this is, I used to love cranberries. Like way back in the day, cranberries were my jam. So that's why I think like a rosy taupe shade and a purple could work with this. So we'll see. And then something I definitely want to use, I think just as a pop in the inner corner, but they are doing these. And this is the Glitter Shower eyeshadow, and I have the silver in 01. And these look like pressed glitters, but they're actually just intense metallics, as you can see when I swatch it. So let me put that here. Like they do feel like they have texture, and they do, like they feel a little bit gritty. And they do definitely have sparkle to them, but they're not a pressed glitter in the traditional sense where you just get lots of flecks. They also have a very strong metallic base. These are very pretty. I think it comes in like 6 different shades. Let me swatch the eyeshadows for you too. These are a baked formula. This is what they look like. And these are really nice. I actually bought this after I saw Lisa Eldridge use the navy version of this palette. But this is not something I really go for anymore. But for old time's sake, let's throw together a look. I'm not going to talk you through, I'll tell you afterwards what I did. I forgot to zoom you in, but all I've been doing is a bit of crease work, so you didn't miss much. Okay, so this is the eye look done. What I ended up doing was I used every shade in this quad. I put a little bit of this on the lower lash line in the inner corner. I put a little bit of this on the lower lash line. I put this on the lower lash line. This is all the way in the crease, which I blended out a little bit with this one. And then I put this shade over the rose goldy taupey kind of pen, and I lined the top of my lids with this purple liner, and then I put a little bit of this sparkling silver all the way up in the inner corner. Like if you're looking for something super sparkly and festive, but that is super easy to use, then these little Kiko shadows are really nicely done. I already did mascara and setting spray, so we are going to be talking about lipsticks. And for lips, I don't have that many options. I definitely wanted to try some Kiko lipsticks a little earlier on, and I wanted to pick up shades that I felt were a bit more unique to my collection, and I ended up not really reaching for these a whole lot. These are really nice lipsticks, I have to say, but they don't really do a lot of shades with really great undertones for my complexion. So which shades do I have? This is the Velvet Passion matte lipstick in 319, and this is the one that I use the most, and it's like a brownish taupey kind of situation. I'll swatch it on my wrist right here. So that's the one I've used the most. It's quite deep. It's like a very strange berry kind of shade. And then I also have 328, which is a bit more brown toned, which is probably why I don't like it. But it does have a bit of a pinky undertone, but on the lips, these just look really different. So that's why I'm not a huge fan. And this is 315. And this is a very pale, more like mauve-y colored pink. So this is nice. This is like a pink with like a purpley undertone, but it is a little bit too light for me. Gives me kind of like that Barbie lip kind of look, so it ended up not working the best. So I'm going to go in with, no, 319. That's the one I will be wearing for you today. Ooh, and these have a very strong vanilla scent, which is another reason why I don't love these. Even though I really like the formula of these lipsticks, the scent of them, it's not my favorite, and the shades just don't really match with my complexion all that well. So I ended up not using these as much as I'd like to. So the lipsticks for me are a little bit of a fail. But yeah, on that note, I would like to end this video and thank you very much for watching. I'm going to take this tired face off screen, and hopefully I feel better by the time I film my next video. I may have to skip an upload this week. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, we'll see how things go. I normally upload 3 times a week, you know that about me, and I'm hoping to have extra content going live between Christmas and New Year's Day. I hope I can still manage that and I feel better soon. Thank you very much for putting up with my tired self today, and I hope you still enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in my next one. Bye bye!